Hi there, Doug Stuman with IT Creations with the HP ZBook Ultra 14-inch G1a. Laptops are just getting better and better, but this system is not just a laptop, it's a mobile workstation. Also ISV certified, or if you hate acronyms, Independent Software Vendor Certification. ISV certification indicates software vendor applications have been rigorously tested to run at peak performance on this system. That includes a number of CAD programs, 2D and 3D, also applications for software developers, media and entertainment, large language models, and more. Let's get to it. Now that name, the HP ZBook Ultra 14-inch G1a Mobile Workstation. With Ultra in the name, I was thinking, oh, it has an Intel Core Ultra processor. Nope, this thing is powered by an AMD Ryzen AI Max Pro processor with up to 16 cores. Just a thought, HP, but how about we change the name to the HP ZBook Ryzen Ultra 14-inch G1a Mobile Workstation? There, I fixed it. Let's just hit the high notes first. Integrated AMD Radeon graphics, courtesy of the AMD Ryzen AI Max Pro series processor. As the name would suggest, also helpful for AI workloads and dedicated AI accelerators. Up to 128 gigabytes of memory, up to 4 terabytes of NVMe storage, Copilot, ISV certification, Wi-Fi 7, and of course, as a mobile workstation, you can use it anywhere. I just added that last bit to trigger some of our more critical viewers who are now saying, we all know you can use it anywhere. I was just kidding, HP. The name is fine, mostly. I will also add that laptopmag.com rated this as the best laptop of CES 2025. Another acronym, this one for the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. Looking at laptopmag.com specs, it looks like we have the same configuration. The exterior features an impact-resistant case with mil STD testing for durability in extreme environments. Maybe not that impressive, but now available in 2 colors. I only saw the name for one, Meteor Silver Finish. I think we have the darker one, which I will call Gunmetal Gray for the purposes of this video. I like it because it's fingerprint and smudge resistant. Maybe not as important as impact resistance. Are you interested in the HP ZBook Ultra 14-inch G1a Mobile Workstation? If you are, then click that link for more information or to make a purchase. itcreations.com. Flipping it over, you can see a perforated panel with 2 turbo high-density fans underneath. Those fans pull in fresh air, which is then blown through a vapor chamber that helps cool the CPU and out the back of the system, right at the hinge. The system comes with a power cable with brick for charging. At a glance, I noticed the battery life is listed at from 8 to 14.5 hours, and you can charge to up to 50% in about 30 minutes. All of that based on the configuration, what applications you're using, and have open and potentially gremlins. On the right, ports on this platform include a Thunderbolt 4 with USB Type-C port offering 40 gigabit per second signaling rate and 140 watt charging. Then a USB Type-A port offering 10 gigabit per second. That last one is a Kensington Nano Security lock port.
Hello, Mrs. Kensington.
Hello, Alston.
On the left side, a 3.5mm audio mic combo jack. Another Thunderbolt 4 port with USB Type-C port, again offering a 40 gigabit per second data transfer rate, with another USB Type-C port offering a 10 gigabit per second data transfer rate, and then an HDMI 2.1 port for connecting a monitor. The Thunderbolt ports can also be used to charge the system or to connect monitors for up to 3 additional displays. Not to mention the crazy fast data transfer rates of 40 gigabit per second, which I already mentioned. There's also a small LED to either side of the Thunderbolt ports to indicate the charge level on the system when the power cable is plugged in. The 2 slots towards the front on either side are for the internal speakers. If you do connect additional monitors, you can opt for the HP Thunderbolt 4 Ultra 180 watt G6 dock, which will provide for up to 4 displays, including the notebook display, with 4 at 4K. But this notebook display is only capable of 2.8K, so maybe a slight discrepancy there in capabilities, but I can live with that. Did I mention there is a dock 2 that supports higher resolutions? Well, there is. Once we crack it open, you can see the 14-inch diagonal screen with all options featuring an ultra-wide viewing area, or UWVA. There are 5 screen options, 2 with full HD, 1920 by 1200 pixel monitors, which is pretty close to 2K. 1 with anti-glare and a 5 megapixel infrared camera, another without that 5 megapixel camera. Then 3 OLED versions, including 2 with a touchscreen, like a review system. One of those has a 5 megapixel camera too. The OLED screens offer 2.8K resolution at 2880 by 1800 pixels, plus low blue light, also better rendition of black, more responsive gaming applications, and easier on your eyes. All offer 400 nits, which is a brightness scale. I will tell you the screen is fantastic. All 4 of the CPUs supported on the system feature a near discrete, whatever that means, GPU. It's my understanding graphics are integrated with the CPU, so the near discrete thing is, well, whatever. That's a technical term. Depending on your choice, there are 3 different flavors of AMD Radeon graphics featured on the 4 different processors available. Right at the top of the screen are 2 internal microphones, a webcam with infrared camera, and a webcam LED. The webcam does have a small privacy slider in case you don't want people spying on you that have potentially bypassed the pre-installed Wolf Pro security application. It has a full-sized backlit keyboard with a large click pad. Oh, I'm sorry, it's been supersized. It's extra large. As an option, you can get a spill-resistant keyboard. Our HP ZBook Ultra 14-inch G1a Mobile Workstation has an AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus Pro 395 with integrated Radeon 8605 graphics operating at 3 GHz that can boost up to 5.1 GHz max boost. It's also outfitted with 128 GB of memory, a 4 TB NVMe M.2 drive, which is the maximum supported. It's currently running Windows 11 Pro. The CPU, or maybe I should say APU for Accelerated Processing Unit, features an integrated CPU with GPU and an NPU, or Neural Processing Unit. The CPU itself has 126 TOPS with 50 TOPS, or trillion operations per second, delivered by the NPU. Currently there are 4 APUs to choose from. I say currently because who knows? This unit may be compatible with the next generation of AMD's Ryzen AI Max Pro processors. I mean, it was only released for actual purchase in March of this year, 2025. You may have noticed only the Pro 395 has a plus after Max, as in AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus Pro. It's the top of the line for this family, so they added a plus. Just a note, AMD, what I think that plus added is confusion, but we won't dwell on that. The Max Plus Pro 395 does have the best integrated Radeon graphics with the 8060S processor. The available processors feature 6, 8, 12, or 16 physical cores and twice those numbers, respectively, for the virtual core counts. Base clocks across the family are in the 3.0 to 3.6 GHz range and from 4.9 GHz to 5.1 GHz max boost clock speed. The system can be outfitted with up to 128 GB of memory. That would be LPDDR5X memory, which stands for Low Power Double Data Rate. It is soldered onto the system board, so choose wisely when purchasing. The low power thing is necessary for mobile platforms, as you do want your system to maintain power for as long as possible if you're not connected to a power source. Duh. You can allocate up to 75% of total system memory, or lesser percentages, to the GPU for video RAM or VRAM. Hitting the escape button several times as the system starts allows access to the startup menu. From there, you can access BIOS. Then click on the Advanced tab to adjust the allocation of VRAM for the GPU accelerator. In our case, since there is 128 GB total system memory, that means up to 96 GB of VRAM. Think about that. The NVIDIA RTX Pro Blackwell Max-Q Workstation Edition has 96 GB of VRAM. Or how about the NVIDIA RTX 6000 Ada? That one offers 48 GB of VRAM, or video RAM, so you would need 2 of those cards to potentially match the VRAM this unit can apply. But that's just VRAM, so you won't actually get the improved processing power from the stream processors, which would be the AMD Radeon analog to NVIDIA's CUDA cores. And you still can't install another GPU, no space. That means out of the 128 GB of system memory, you would only have 32 GB of memory available for other tasks, which is still quite fine for most applications. This platform is currently running Windows 11 Pro with Copilot, but can also be preloaded with Ubuntu or Red Hat Enterprise Linux. HP Anywhere allows this HP ZBook Workstation to be accessed remotely. A 1 to 3 year subscription is required, but that's more of a business thing. HP Wolf Pro Security is also available as a subscription service, but once again, more of a feature businesses might find useful. We cranked up the VRAM to the max at 96 GB and did some benchmarks on the system. In the interest of brevity, we'll take a quick look. It performed miserably on the updated Cinebench 2024.1.0 application. I mean, it was only a few months ago I was complaining about seeing the same cozy little breakfast nook each time we tested the CPU. They did change the image, thankfully. It's now a cozy little office space, or perhaps a den. I was definitely confused by the results. So very slow. Then we loaded it into the R23.200 version with the sunny breakfast nook and definitely got some more predictable results. Yes, impressive performance rendering the Nook. Clearly there is a different scale of measure between the two, as in 1,306 points on the new version compared to 25,106 points on the old version. I'll have to do a little more research on that, but enough said for now. Next, we tested on the 3D Mark application, the usual cast of characters: TimeSpy, Port Royale, Speedway, and Steel Nomad Lite. Steel Nomad is specifically for measuring mobile gaming or workstations. TimeSpy was a bit choppy on the demo and graphics tests 1 and 2. I'll throw in the CPU test too. It seemed like it was dropping a few frames to keep the action moving at a normal pace. Looking at the results, it averaged 58 frames per second on graphics test 1 and 50 frames per second with graphics test 2. The CPU performance in the last module was almost 30 frames per second. We did not get legendary performance from the APU, but still pretty impressive for a CPU with integrated GPU in less than 4-pound package. I was not expecting desktop workstation performance and was wondering if we could even measure the integrated GPU performance, but there you have it. Next, we tested it out with Port Royale, which features complex lighting, reflections, and materials. It was definitely struggling a little bit to render the images and was lacking in detail. Frames per second were generally in the low to mid 20s, and we got a score of 4,912 with almost 23 frames per second on average. Now Speedway. Here are a few scenes from that one. Still a little choppy, only running in the upper teens of frames per second. The CPU is strangely running at the base clock speed. I was thinking maybe it could run at the boost clock speed of 5.1 gigahertz or 5,100 megahertz, but no. Final results were at 17.5 frames per second. Lastly, Steel Nomad Lite. Steel Nomad Lite is used as a stress test for mobile PCs. Let's call them laptops. That too was a little choppy, but we were measuring on a 2.8K monitor. At lower resolutions, it would probably run quite well. All of these benchmarks are a measure of DirectX 12, which is supported by the AMD AI Max Pro APUs. Our score was at 8,883 points and 65.8 frames per second. So there you have it. Will the HP ZBook Ultra 14-inch G1a game? Yes, it will, but try it at lower resolutions for the best gaming experience. I mean, this platform is for professional applications, not for use as a gaming system, but we still had to run it through its paces since there is no actual discrete GPU. Given that, I think it did pretty well. It is a very nice mobile workstation with a beautiful screen and a number of high-performance features, like those Thunderbolt 4 ports and OLED touchscreen. If you are interested in more information on this system, click one of the links in the description below, or that one right there. itcreations.com. Until next time, dear viewers, I'm Doug Stuman with IT Creations, and thanks for watching.